Greetings and salutations. Well, enough of you suggested that I should go to the Talc Mines. So, up there in the distance is where we're going to stop first. And then back around that way is the place where I was going to try to get to last week. I have not been to those ones up there. I've been to these over here briefly. So why don't we go start up there and then we'll work our way over to those ones over there. What do you say? Let's go. He looks thrilled. It looks like this whole side of the hill at some point is going to fall into the mine here. I hope it doesn't do it while I'm standing out here. Look, cock and balls. That's talc. Echo. Yes, sir. I walked. We came around this side. We're probably not supposed to be up here. Well, I'm going to try to get up on top of there and see some old workings up there. And then we'll, obviously there's got to be a road that goes, that's still operational up to that stuff. And we'll see if we can get over here and go around the backside. To the best of my recollection, I did do a little bit of research, but it's been months since I have, and memory doesn't always serve me. You know, it's one of the disadvantages of getting old. Really good memory, an incredible memory, but it's incredibly short. But to the best of my recollection, these talc mines were operational from about the 1950s and through the 1980s. I'll look up some mine data and see if I can find out when exactly these workings were abandoned. But I believe I read that they were operational into the 80s. They certainly were operational longer than these gold mines up here. But that is incredible. It's a freaking crack that runs right across the way. And there was a couple of earthquakes here this year and then one last year. That might have been... You okay? Yeah. Okay. That might have been the result of a few earthquakes over the decades. You okay? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see your hand. It hurts. Boy, I remember when you used to cry like a little girl when you did that. Boy, starting to toughen up a little bit. You did? Well, let's hop in the truck and we'll go around the other side. This side? No, we'll go around the other side. Okay? Okay. All right. Let me see here. Wow, that goes down there quite a ways. Let's throw a rock down there and see if we can hear it. Tanner, be quiet. I don't know, that crack goes down there quite a ways, probably 30 feet or so. Interesting. About time. I'm done. Huh? I have a problem. What? I'm stuck. Listen. Echo! Pew! Ow, my ass. You almost said it, didn't you? Ow, my butthole. Well, your butthole. One.
That's a tire.
Yep, it's a tire. Let's see what kind of tire it is, if we can find out. It's a 6.7 15 6-ply bias ply tire. What is this? It's an Atlas.
No longer Atlas.
Grip safe. Cushion air. Soft. An Atlas grip safe cushion air. This is made in USA. Atlas tire. Atlas. It's 6.7-15 6-ply. We'll look that up on the old interwebs, and we'll at least date that tire. Of course, that tire could have been here for 30 years. But I did that once. I found a tire up at an old abandoned homestead up in the Spring Mountains. I'll post a link to that up here. And I can't find any other information about it, but it was a homestead that had a stable, had a chicken coop. It's located up near a spring. Obviously, you gotta have water to survive. But the road into there, the road into that homestead was brutal. And I found a tire that was up at that homestead, and it dated all the way back to the 40s, 30s and 40s when that tire was manufactured. Of course, they didn't put date codes. It's easy to date a tire now. You know, they put a date code right on the tire now, but back then they didn't do that. So this area of the country produced a lot of talc for the better part of a half a century or more. Just a couple of miles that way is China Ranch. And before it was China Ranch, it was called, what was the name of it? Atlas. Atlas? Oh, what the hell was the name of the place? I want to say Atlas, but I just looked at Atlas tires, so. Anyway, I'm drawing a blank now, but there was a siding down here before the China Ranch, before the date farm went in. That whole valley was being mined back in the early 1900s for talc. There's a bunch of old talc mines. But just to the left of that power pole, you see a little white stain up there in the mountains beyond this valley. That's a mine. And if you go a little further to the left between the telephone pole and that mound there in front of me, there's another one. That's a talc mine. There's a talc mine over by Saratoga Spring. There's talc mines all over the place out here. And it's probably about 80 years they mined talc out here. And I'm not sure, but I don't think we produce any talc, natural talc, here in the United States anymore. I think we imported it from India. But usually talc and asbestos and gypsum are found in close relation to each other. And there's a lot of gypsum mines out here too. In fact, if you're coming from Las Vegas towards Pahrump on Highway 160, there's actually on the southwest side of the valley, there's abandoned gypsum mines that you can see right from Fort Apache. The Fort Apache runs right in front of them. You can see them. And those gypsum mines were used in a Clint Eastwood film, The Gauntlet. I'll put a link in the description to that scene, and you can just see how much that Las Vegas Valley has changed since 1974, I think, when they shot that movie, The Gauntlet. There's an active gypsum operation just to the west of that, near the little town of Blue Diamond, on Blue Diamond Road. And I believe that's owned by Georgia Pacific. They might have sold it. But that's an active gypsum mine right now. So Fun facts to know and yell. Let's continue on, boy. Get in the car. Perhaps this is where they process the. I would say, I'd say this is probably where they processed the talc and stockpiled it to put it on the trucks. There's piles of it here. There's a pile of it over there. And this is what's left of some kind of workings. The access to the pit is cabled off, so I'm not gonna take time to walk down there right now. We'll just follow the power lines. Obviously, that's what the power lines were there for, was to service the mining operation, so let's follow them. Let's check out this hole. I don't know if it's a cave, but there's
I think it is a cave.
there's obviously a hole here. So we came around the backside of this. None of this stuff is visible from the main road. But there's workings all the way up and through there. And where I parked here, it looks like, well, there's workings up here. Hold on, T. And it looks like possibly they took the material from up here down here, and there was an ore, a chute, a crusher probably right here, and then a conveyor, I'll show you in a minute, that moved it all down. Just on the other side of this hill, there's a, there's like bin storage for the material. We came up here, and the boy is getting ahead of me. Is it a cave? All right, let's check her out.
I think it's really big.
Yeah.
Wow. Looks like a mine.
It looks like a mine.
Yeah.
It might be.
There's another cave in the back.
Yeah.
Wow. I would rather use this side.
Oh yeah, there is a mine.
There's another rock.
There is a mine down there. Holy cow! Actually, let's go.
The
Can't
other
really.
side?
Let's go up around the top of this hill here.
We can't go that side.
Yeah, stay to the left a little bit.
This way?
Yeah, don't go over this because it's like an arch.
Okay.
Go right up over there. See where the burnt timbers are?
What brings us?
See,
I see it all, but
yep. Just stay to the left of that.
it goes down.
Stay to the left of it. Stay to the left. Stay to the left.
I don't know where the left is.
That way's left.
Yeah, we can't go down.
Oh, it's all caved in anyway. Can you see that?
I mean, yeah, we can see that with fell rock.
And the light's not really helping. Get off of there. I don't know. Maybe that was a generator shed. It's like conduit coming out of the ground, yeah? Looks like there may have been a conveyor here, and you can see it goes down to those bins down there, and then there's a ramp here. Possibly they drove mine trucks up. I'm just deducing, I don't know for sure. Apparently the BLM loves roosters. That's a long fall. Holy. Yeah, it's a long fall. It's a long fall. He's in his own little world over there. You could drive down those bends there and check those out on the way out. I'm not going to go any further up the hill. It's just more of the same. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, and they look to be about 40 by 40. Let's pace one off, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. About 45 feet. What?
Can you lift me up?
Here, let's do this one over here because it's flatter. Your mother would be so proud. This is covered in glass, yo.
It is?
Yeah, look at all the glass up there.
Okay, lift me up.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! Don't you dare fart on me.
Oh God! Don't stop. No,
You don't wanna?
never mind.
Okay.
How am I supposed to get down from that?
You jump.
Oh, but it's too tall.
Oh, tuck and roll. So easily amused at this age. Oh yeah, breast to pick up. Excuse me. Oh, live round. There's a 50-cent round right there. 44 Remington mag. Jacketed soft points. Love it. So this end one here, the 6th one, the one furthest to the west, has got a little bit of material left in it. It's been sitting here a while, but it's you know, it's pretty fine powder, yeah. So, ooh. Silky. Makes your hands feel silky. Oh, before we leave this little area, I like this spot. This would be a nice spot to camp. Not in a tent because the ground is kind of rocky. Oh, look! More brass. It's everywhere out here. But there are vistas to be had. And this, why I love the desert so much is because you can see for miles and miles and miles. Right on the other side of this mountain range, way in the back. I don't know if you can even make it out. But that's Telescope Peak. Way beyond there. Like 2 mountain ranges over. Way back there. The one with a snow-covered peak on it. It's probably not going to show up. But here is the dry lake, or the marsh area that is just to the west of Tacopa. On the other side of that, mound down there in the foreground, that small foothill, whatever, is the you can see some of the buildings. Well, I can see them. I don't know if you can. On a GoPro it's kind of hard, but that's Tacopa down there. And down this little dirt road, you see that sandy colored rock formation over there. That's where China Ranch is. And to the uninitiated, if you don't know where any of this stuff is, it doesn't make any sense. But once you travel around here and check some of this stuff out, and you get to know the area a little bit, then you see how all these little communities are kind of intertwined and tied together. And I just noticed, I got to get my eyes checked. There's a huge can dump right here. Dude, there's a can dump right here.
What?
There's a big can dump right here.
Yeah, there is a can dump.
Yeah. Let's go see if we can date some of this garbage. Comment in the comment section if you know what that is. I know what that is. Do you know what that is? Comment in the comment section. Oh, we got here. Wilshire Club. Well, it's not that old. 1950s. 1960s. See if there's any lift tab. Actually, this might be as late as early 70s. Late 60s, early 70s. I remember these tin cans, beer cans, and soda cans. They came in a tin can with a pull tab. The reason I remember these so fondly is because if you took 4 or 5 of these and you duct tape them together, you cut the bottoms out of them and the tops out of them, and duct tape them together, you could make a potato cannon. We actually used these to shoot tennis balls, and they worked relatively well, too, I might add. $65. 8 of 65. That's this one. This one's not dated. Neither's that one. That one. You know, sometimes, not always, but sometimes you can find the date, the year that the bottle was manufactured on the bottom. I don't think they do that anymore. But come on, we gotta go, bro. Yeah. A clue. I missed the turnoff to go up to that one talc mine, the big open pit mine, and I took another turn off, and we come up to this. It looks like a spring, and there's some stonework and stuff. Like fire ring, we're using it to camp here. The guy, yeah. It looks like. There's a hole in the gate here. Or a hole in the fence over here. I wonder if this is like an old homestead or something. There's definitely a water source. Oh, here's a water. Looks like the remnants of a water tank over there. Over here. This looks like either a water tank or somebody had a metal building here or something. It doesn't look round like a tank would be. And this certainly doesn't look like the sides of a tank. It is not. It's too flimsy. What do we got here? A little bit, might have been a little shack. Looks like that might have been a water source, a well perhaps, or maybe a chimney. Man, it is green up in there. You smell the water. You smell the water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how green that is. You know there's water there when everything's that green in the wintertime. Where did you see a gate?
What?
Where did you see a gate?
Oh. I went under it and then. Oh, we have to go back out. I went to the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go check it out.
How do you get in here?
I just climbed over the fence.
Oh, yeah.
This little spring is fenced in.
What's the thing?
Over on the other side, on the other side of that tree is where that metal shed is.
If we go here, let's see if we can go through it.
Yeah.
Probably worms are here. This is really wide. See?
There's some more wire. That's not barbed wire though.
Yeah, so we're lucky we can
Keep going. Let's go see what's up here.
Okay. You son of a gun, no! I wonder if there's green. Oh, there's no green. Oh, here, there's no green. Probably want to live on the other side because
Yeah. Here's the corner.
Let's see if we can
I'd
find the water.
probably.
I think the water's in the middle. When I come back home, I'm gonna have
Yeah. You talk a lot. I'd say it's probably. Trying to compare this to the size of my lot. Oh, about 1.5 acres, 2 acres here. Fenced in with barbed wire fence. Out in the middle of nowhere.
Do you know those gates with the pointy things?
What?
They're black.
Okay. This coyote shit.
I know. They're trying to hide this from us.
There's a cistern right there.
I break the log. I break the law. I think I killed one.
Killed one what?
Kill a log.
You killed a log?
Yeah.
Oh.
Get it for a log. If you put away law.
Cistern, not sister. Oh, man.
Log is out there. Is the log in?
2. That is the blackest dirt I've seen in a long time. It's peat. Look at that grass sprouting in December. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, we're not going to be able to hit everything today. It's just too much to do in like 3 hours. But we continued up that little road where the spring was at. We came to what looks like a talc mine. Looks like it's pretty old working.
Whoa.
Come on.
Huh?
Come on.
Okay.
So let's take a hike up this wash and see what we can see. There is nothing to see here. These are some old workings that have been bulldozed. All you're left with here is the waste rock. There's some, timbers and stuff, but not a whole lot else. So it's 10 after 4. We can run for another about 20 minutes. Then we're gonna have daylight. So I was gonna mention that road coming up. What is it, Smith Talc Road or whatever that is? That's as good a road as you're gonna find in the desert. I tell you what, that was at one time that was a haul road, and the trucks and equipment run up and down that road. It's paved, although it hasn't been serviced in many years. It's still a very, very good road. So let's get in the car and go, boy. Let's go. Oh, my bad. He's peeing. I'll give you your privacy. Well, sometimes that happens. You find a gate at the end of the trail and you can't get to where you want to go, and I'm running out of daylight, so we can't go up and check this place out. At least I don't think. Oh, it's not locked. Damn it. I want to, but it's going to be dark soon. I don't want to be up here after dark because I can't film anything. We're gonna have to come up this side another day. So me and the boy are gonna go find a vantage point and watch the sunset as much as we can, with it being as cloudy as it is. So thanks for coming along with us. So if you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing, and if you do sub, go ahead and click that bell icon that's right next to it so that you can be notified of future uploads, and smash that like button if you like this video, and share it with your vast social media network. That's one thing that you can do to help this channel, is just to click the thumbs up button. That lets the algorithm know that I'm not such a bad guy after all, and maybe YouTube will show this video to more prospective viewers. So if you could do that, thank you. Doesn't cost anything, it's free. Check the links in the description for Amazon links to products or stuff that I use to make these videos. And if you're going to shop on Amazon anyway, I'd appreciate it if you'd go through one of those links. That way the channel can earn a couple of pennies on a commission, and fuel's not cheap. If you got any questions or comments, down in the comment section. Until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. just like we started the trip.